The Mandalorian is back? In this series, the Mandalorian needs to bring the child to his kind. When they embark on this quest, the Mandalorian is double-crossed, helped, and sidetracked on a regular basis. It's a thriller story that shows how the Mandalorian and his friends are going to bring the child to the Jedi before he is captured by the Empire. The Empire wants to experiment on the child due to his Force abilities. But the Mandalorian claims he will never let that happen. Can the Mandalorian complete his quest or will he fail? Ripe apples. The Mandalorian takes his quest very seriously. He stops at literally nothing to protect the child. Mando sacrifices a lot because of his love for the child. He becomes a father-like figure to the child. When the child is mischievous, the Mandalorian teaches him what's right and what isn't. Despite his creed, the Mandalorian even takes off his helmet when it means saving the child, showing his love and care for the child. In the end, Mando even gives up the child despite his love for him because it is more important to Mando that the child gets trained in his abilities. Other friends of the Mandalorian are seen helping Mando. They don't ask questions but they help their friend when he is in need. This shows true friendship. Rotten apples. The violence in this series is moderate. We see many people get shot with laser blasts. Some people are stabbed with knives and others die by missiles, explosions, or wild animals. The Mandalorian has to fight a lot of different enemies, and some are dangerous animals that can look especially frightening to younger viewers. These vary from space worms to gigantic creepy spiders. We also see a few aliens that look interesting as well. There are a few violent scenes in which Mando is seen fighting people and causing them harm, though he is only protecting himself or fighting bad guys. Some people cheat and steal. There is not a lot of sexual content in this series. We see one frog lady have her eggs in a separate container that the child eats a lot of. We also see a few women wear slightly revealing outfits but nothing too extreme. The sexual content in this movie is very mild. There are a few scenes in which we see characters drink unspecified drinks in a bar, but no one acts very drunk. In one scene people talk about gambling and betting on something in order to obtain information or items. The language we usually hear in this movie consists of DM-sh, HLL, and the Lord's name, all used once or twice a episode usually. The most popular word in this series is Dank Farrik, which is some kind of Mandalorian swear word. Additional thoughts. This series can seem repetitive at times. I found it seemed every time someone gave the Mandalorian a piece of information would lead him to another person who lead him to another person who would ask for a favor for the information Mando wanted. There is nothing wrong with this, but it got repetitive so you kind of could predict what would happen next until chapter 14. Other than that, this series keeps you on the edge of your seat wondering what is going to happen next to the Mandalorian and the child. Conclusion. In the end, this series is a great thrill for Star Wars fans who want to see what happens to Mando and the child. It adds some interesting details that help you understand other Star Wars productions. It sets up the series The Book of Boba Fett. The series also provides character development to other characters, such as Boba Fett, and mysterious characters. The cameo at the end shocked many viewers and made this series feel important to the original and sequel Star Wars trilogies.